without further ado, I'm not keeping people waiting. I apologize.
Hello and welcome to a new episode of Sea of Thieves News.
Not Pop, you're probably fine. I haven't started anything. I'm just starting with the video, and then we're gonna go on to phase 2 of my evil plan for the evening.
It's been a while since I've done one of these, so forgive me if I'm a little bit rusty. Okay, here we go. There's monkey business occurring in the Outpost stores. Drew's back with more tantalizing info and game updates, and there are new items headed to the Pirate Emporium.
Spoiler, it's not too bad. I'll be the judge of that.
With our next game update on August 22nd, we're bringing fresh new items to the Outpost stores. With the Stonebark Carpenter's weapon set, you can admire the smooth, tide-polished surface of these ornate pieces. Oh, and you can also use them to fight people, so that's a plus. And if you're looking to add a little variety to your clothing chest, then there are also 4 new colourful tops to choose from. And if you choose to showcase the stylish Simeon Courtly jacket, pirates from across the seas are sure to go ape for your obviously superior sense of fashion. We've also got new Twitch drops on the way. From the 21st to the 28th of August, watch any participating stream on Twitch for your chance to unlock the Eastern Wind's sapphire bejeweled gloves, wrap dress and pristine jacket, as well as the stalwart Sea Dog tankard. For more information on how to get involved with Twitch drops, visit seaoftthieves.com/Twitch-drops. There's also a new perk available for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscribers. Up until the 28th of September, subscribers can claim a bundle containing the new Ebon Rapier, the Obsidian Pocket Watch, and the Obsidian Figurehead.
Hold on, I'm gonna pause my video. Which one of you freaking idiots and trash can TikTok viewers just sensitive contented my stream in the middle of watching a Sea of Thieves video? Which one of you fruit cups just did this? Some people may find the gaming content in this live disturbing. How about you go play like Fruit Ninja or something, you bots, out of my stream.
Now let's check in with production director Drew Stevens for new information on what changes are coming to the game.
Hey everyone. With our August update right around the corner, I want to do a quick update on Season 13 and then look ahead to some changes coming soon. We're incredibly happy with how Season 13 has landed, with the addition of the Burning Blade and Skeleton Camps, together providing new goals for players when starting a session. Seeing the story shared of crews pledging to Flameheart, taking control of the Burning Blade, and becoming an epic raid encounter for others on the seas to band together to take on. We've been releasing steady hotfixes over the last few weeks, focusing on stability, performance, and addressing some exploits that we've seen surface. The team are also reviewing the feedback and player behaviour following the season's launch, and we'll be working on fine-tuning the experience and addressing issues that have been raised. One hot area of feedback is around the ability for the Burning Blade crew to run and freely cash in at the Reaper's hideout whilst in combat.
This is a major issue.
Not an intended scenario, and the team will be fixing this up in a coming update.
What?
Sticking with Season 13.
Hold on. Rare W. Okay. That is good. This is probably the best outcome of this video so far from what I have heard. That is a fantastic change that needs to be implemented sooner than later. Please.
I want to talk about the scenario we encountered at launch, where 2 high-impact exploits were discovered. These exploits allowed crews to gain additional rewards when completing the rituals at the ancient temples. Now, we'll hold our hands up. This was a pretty significant bug that was discovered, and that's on us. And the team rallied quickly to hotfix it within a few days. In this time, however, over 20,000 players took advantage of this to gain a significant and unintended boost to their progression, with over 300 billion gold arriving in the economy as a result. We take these kind of exploits very seriously, and we remove progress from all players who'd been caught using them to gain additional rewards. Stepping back from this incident, look, this is game development. No matter how tight our processes are, some bugs and unintended mechanics are going to find their way to live. However, players that abuse them to gain an advantage should expect to be penalised, and that can range from progress being removed through to suspended playtime, depending on the severity of the impact. The responsibility ultimately sits with you as players on how you approach this. Clearly the best approach is report it, don't use it, and certainly don't share it. If you do, however, choose to take advantage of it, you should expect follow-up actions on your account. You've been warned. Earlier in the year, I spoke about a dedicated game health focused team that would tackle issues that matter most to our players. The team is now starting to form and identifying their key focus areas to improve the experience. Game performance will be their initial focus, with the frequency of hitches and rubber banding increasing during gameplay, even prior to the addition of the Burning Blade. As with any complex body of work, expect improvements to take time. But with a dedicated team focused here, I'm confident we'll see good progress. The team will also be identifying improvements to game stability to address crash rates, and prioritising which game experience bugs to be fixed, like the recent fix to silent boarding. The Sea of Thieves team is a large one now, with multiple areas of focus.
There is no mention yet of the wave bug for Hourglass. Not good. Not good.
And dedicated teams, like seasonal delivery, live events, Pirate Emporium, and now Game Health. We can't all work in a single area. And even though I see the comment regularly that we should just stop everything and fix bugs, that isn't going to help us maintain an engaging game and continue to run a successful business. I know that ultimately you just want to see improvements fast in these areas, and we haven't been able to react quickly enough in the past. I feel our team structure moving forward is now better placed to get these things moving. Next up, I want to share some plans we have in the combat space to begin improving balance across our weapons.
Oh god, here we go.
In Season 14, we'll be introducing the grapple gun, which primarily is a traversal tool. This will also shake up the combat meta by providing players with an on-demand distance closer in their loadout, albeit with some limitations in its combat ability. Knowing the combat meta as it stands, we're going to be making some changes on the way to Season 14 to ensure we're ready for this new tool arriving. The biggest change here is that we're going to be redefining the role of the blunderbuss into the dependable anti-boarding weapon with a defensive focus. The blunderbuss will now deal a consistent knockback at close range, and apply more vertical knockback to repel boarders over ledges and objects. Its spread pattern will now be widened in hipfire and in aim down sights, improving effectiveness in close range while reducing its mid and long range power. With this new identity as a reliable anti-boarding weapon, the blunderbuss will now lose its ability to perform a one-hit kill on a full health player. It will still do critical damage to a player at close range, dealing 90 damage, but will
You guys are absolute dumbasses. You introduce one single item that completely breaks the entire combat meta, only to break something that has been there consistently for 6+ years. You guys are absolute idiots. This is not going to affect the harpoon at all. You have completely broken the CQC combat flow. The blunderbuss does not exist as an anti-border weapon. It helps, it's nice. Its main goal and item placement is to keep the sword in check. Post Season 14 update, the sword is going to run rampant because it is now unchallenged and undefeated in CQC combat. This change cannot stick. There is now nothing preventing another player with a sword from stun-locking you and killing you consistently and infinitely in combat. That is the blunderbuss's singular job. And you have now broken its singular job. unless they nerf the sword stun and or reintroduce something to separate you in CQC combat at point-blank range. This is the worst change in Sea of Thieves history. And I cannot imagine how this meeting went. I would love to be a fly in the wall. Hey, we're introducing this one item into the game. It's a harpoon gun. It takes an inventory slot, which means you are limited to one weapon. Right? Oh, wait a minute. Because we can close the distance, let's nerf the blunderbuss to only 90 damage. Wow, Billy, that's a great idea. Are you kidding me? You're going to nerf the blunderbuss to 90 damage, but not take away the sword stun, which is by far the most broken mechanic in the game? Okay.
Will no longer be able to kill without a follow-up. New visual effects will also solidify this weapon's new identity. The effective knockback range is now visualized by white-hot debris and smoke being fired from the barrel, before dissipating at mid-range. We know the blunderbuss has been the go-to weapon for many players, across a wide range of playstyles, most notably the tool for our smaller crews to be able to dispatch larger groups.
We know this weapon is most widely used in the entire game, but we don't care about you as the player. That's literally what they just said.
This new identity now doubles down on that reliable anti-boarding toolset.
No, it doesn't.
And when in capable hands can still be devastating in close. Boarding toolset.
No, it doesn't.
And when in capable hands can close range.
No, it's not. Oh, that was the funniest thing in this video so far. It will still be devastating in close range, but not. Oh, that was so good.
Crews, but with a focus on defense, not offense. This is going to be a pretty big change to a weapon that's been part of many players' loadouts since launch. However, knowing the meta changes we have coming, this new identity for the blunderbuss was a necessary change, and one that we want to bring in ahead of time to ensure it's balanced ahead of the next season. Well, I think that's enough spicy news for now. Catch you all next time.
Oh my god. Maybe instead of completely ruining the combat meta, you should just not add a harpoon gun. Maybe that would be so much better for game health. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Okay. That you guys way overthought that. There was probably a less than 1% player base that would have been able to effectively harpoon in one blunder. I guarantee actually, that might be an overstep. I would say less than 2% of the player base. That is by far one of the worst changes I have ever seen in a game balance, period. Ever.
In case you missed it, last month we added the main ship set to the Pirate Emporium. With a livery that champions chaos, you'll be all set to loot and shoot your way across
That's
the sea
crazy.
as you bring your own brand of boisterous banditry to the very
As we have just trashed on the entire player base, please buy our cosmetics. Okay.
borders of the known world. And with our next game update on August 22nd, we are bringing back another stunner to the Pirate and Bugs of its capstan, of the Sawblade figurehead which lances through the waves. Decking your ship out in this glorious set is sure to inspire you to emerge like a phoenix into battle.
To be honest, like, the Twitch drop going to the cosmetic store is like the least issue of this. I'm having fun at this point. This whole video is a joke so far. Other than the Burning Blade being able to not lower while being chased. That is the only good thing to come of this video so far.
And that's not all. Let's take a look at what else is headed to the Pirate Emporium.
Hey, look, it's the rare, it's a rare costume. It's a clown. That's crazy. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. Oh, that was... Oh, that's so funny. So is the blunderbuss patch coming on the 22nd as well with this update? That's what I want to know. And on to the comments section. The sailing speeds might claim the title for the worst change. I actually disagree. I think that's a great change that just came at a terrible time. Like, honestly, I think the sails change is perfectly fine. There was nothing wrong with that at all. It just came at terrible timing. Worst change is them adding the harpoon gun. I fully agree with that. That is by far the worst balancing decision I've ever seen. Here, let's completely screw up the entire combat meta because we want to add this one singular item. Like, that is stupid. That is the dumbest decision I think I've ever heard. Shut the game down forever. Not only buy our cosmetics, buy the cosmetics from previous time-limited events in the Pirate Emporium. Honestly, I don't care. I'm so beyond the Emporium at this point. I still haven't even bought the season pass because I genuinely do not care for this dev team at all. That entire dev team is sharing one brain cell that's fighting over second place. They have to throw up red card for the next season. It's also fitting for this video. Yeah. Well, if I just watched the video. The sailing speeds also changed ship drift. The ship drift has always been a problem. It's always been really, really extreme.
Taylor Bean.
Yeah, they take the blame and then blame us. I think that might have been the funniest thing I have ever seen. Death spirals are off for now. Oh, I 100% agree. Like, it's just we've gotten used to sales being a certain way for so long that it screwed up all of our ways to play. If they would have made the sale change, honestly, like a couple years earlier, the sale change, honestly, to me, is perfectly fine. It's just the timing of that change is just odd. Same thing with the blunderbuss here. We'll see how it balances out. I'm gonna be honest. Like, if there's nothing that gets added or changed to combat the sword in CQC, I genuinely would probably uninstall Sea of Thieves. It's not going to be playable. If you get anywhere close to player with a sword, you're done. There's nothing that checks the sword. That is the main job of the blunderbuss. And without anything to keep the sword in check, it is going to run rampant. And the sword is already really, really good. It's in a spot right now where it's at least semi-balanced. Once they get the actual distance with networking problems fixed, the sword is fine. The stun needs to be addressed. If they're going to nerf the blunderbuss, the stun of the sword needs to be touched. I'm going to be honest. Like, there's nothing about this that's balanced whatsoever. I'm going to be honest. If that blunderbuss change comes before Season 14... I certainly hope the community's feedback is enough to warrant them to completely reverse this decision, because this game is going to be a very rough spot if they don't reverse that. Probably to the point where I will not play. Bear's too stubborn? I agree. I don't think they'll do anything about it. I think they're going to completely tank their player base because of it. Also, I saw a tweet from them earlier that kind of caught my eye. So let me pull that up real quick too. So we have begun removing unfairly earned golden rep from players who profited from Burning Blade ritual farming exploits, breaking our code of conduct. Let me stop right there. I don't want to hear anything from Rare out of breaking the code of conduct when they do it themselves by allowing players to have paid alliance servers that break the ammo, or not the ammo, the gold and rep economy anyway. So they just made themselves look like complete hypocrites. So I don't want to hear anything from them about the code of conduct until they take away paid servers. As far as the code of conduct, you're more concerned with their conduct with Theb. I mean, they have their own personal issue with him. That's on them. I don't agree with what they did at all whatsoever. But I think that is less of an issue with them genuinely breaking their own code of conduct by allowing paid boosting services in the game. I think that's crazy. Honestly, most of the reasons seasons are horrible for those Alliance servers, as much as you don't like Rare, I don't think there's much they can do about people charging for servers. How do you stop people from matching together on servers? You can shut the Discord servers down directly and ban those accounts. Here's something you don't know, unless you saw Noob Face's video about it. Those people that run some of those servers are making more than like double of the average American income household. Some of those guys that run those servers are making upwards of 70K just off of those servers. But again, that requires additional proof and stuff like that. But the problem is they know that the recovs are happening and those paid servers are happening, and they just don't do anything about it. Which is very hypocritical. It's very, very hypocritical.